What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing something quite fun. It's a little mod that I discovered on Race Department. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. Basically, you can race in a kind of helmet visor cam mod. It's really, really cool. I can actually do it like literally right now in the menus. I click on this, click on HUD, hide it away, and there we go. We've got... It's pretty ridiculous when you just look at it like this. We are in the eyes of the driver, even in the menus. And we can just cycle through everything like this, which is pretty ridiculous. So I'm going to turn this off right now, and we're going to turn it back on once we actually get to the racetrack. But that's the basic gist of this mod, where we're going to be racing in cockpit view. This is going to be like the ultra realism mode of F1 2019. So what better way to test this out than to do this at Monaco, because why the hell not? Let's race as Lewis Hamilton. I'll make this like a last to first challenge video. I won't do anything too serious. I think I might just do 5 laps. AI difficulty can be whatever. But what I also want to do is test this out in the rain, because I feel like this would look insane. So we'll test this out under various conditions, and we'll see what it's like to drive exactly like what the drivers see.
To the illustrious list of
oh, I'm so childish.
Here today.
Why am I getting so much enjoyment out of this? Oh dear. Alright, I've managed to streamline this a little bit more, and now I can actually spam it on and off. So yep, that's a thing. Look at Lewis Hamilton looking at himself in Inception. Okay, enough silliness, let's get into the race.
We're here to kick off today's race at the infamous Circuit de Monaco. Drivers will need to be on their top form if they want to take home the win today.
Thanks, Jeff. Hooah! Hooah! Hooah!
We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco.
This is actually really cool, because back in the day, if you've been subscribed to the channel for like literally 5 years, I used to do this back in the day, but this was actually not integrated into the game. You had to do this with Photoshop? No, you had to do it in editing software. Basically, you would stick this PNG image over the top of your editing, and it was pretty sad, really. You would pretend that you were driving around with a visor, but in reality, that is not the case. But this is literally integrated into what I'm doing, so I'm experiencing this firsthand like you guys are, so this is a whole lot more real for me. I'm actually going to turn this off for a second so I can see some of the commands down the bottom. So I've loaded the setup. The difficulty isn't the highest. Basically, I want to promote some overtaking in this Grand Prix. Starting last place is Lewis Hamilton. We've got 5 laps to get through the pack, so we'll see how that goes on. Putting on helmet in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Oh crap, that's not the most immersive view, is it? Here we go. Cockpit view, Monaco Grand Prix. Let's do this. Oh, I can't really see my buttons down on the bottom right hand part of the screen, so that's a little bit of a limitation for me, you'd have to say. But it is one I'll accept nonetheless. I actually can't see what I'm doing battery-wise, so that is actually a massive hindrance that I've got at this stage. I guess I'll have to look at my on-screen wheel and guess what battery mode I'm in, as well as how much charge I've got left. That's a bit of contact. Let's have a look on the replay. We look through this wonderful visor cam. Let's just turn that off for a second. So I go up the inside here into Mirabeau. This was a nice and aggressive, punchy start here from Lewis Hamilton. But then right here, I just get caught up behind Toro Rosso, which is just parking the bus. Helmet back on, and let's get back into the Grand Prix, shall we? Or should I say, the absolute car park on the run into the Lowe's hairpin. I'm going to talk a little bit less. Not sure when that's going to happen, just so you can take this in as if you're actually driving it for yourself. So I'll do that now. Danny Kvyat, what do you got? We're going to switch to the inside. This is really cool. Like I said, the link to the mod will be down in the description. As I look behind, I've still got the visor view, which is a little bit silly. But you know,
Nice move.
you've got to look behind you because the mirrors are pointless on this game. In this camera view anyway, because you can't see out of them with the way the POV is set up. So that's a thing. Anyway, we're in P16 at the moment, and it's Monaco Grand Prix. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content like this. I want to do more fun stuff like this, delve into simulators a little bit more, iRacing, mainly like I said at Corsa because there's a lot of cool mods I can tap into, which I'm really looking forward to. We've done a few classic tracks this year, and I want to do some classic cars a little bit more as well. Let's see if we can go for a dive here on Stroll. We called it, and we've got it done. P15 in the Monaco Grand Prix. Very close to clipping that inside barrier, but we're fine. Heading on to lap 3 now.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
I'm pretty sure I corner cut turn 1, but my Petronas sponsoring, shout out to the homies at Petronas, have blocked me from seeing if I'm actually cheating or not. So if I don't see it, then it's not illegal, right?
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Look at this. Flying through to back. Inches away from the barriers. This is what I live for. Monaco is incredible. Such a driver's track. I can literally drive this all day. Once you get a flow of Monaco, there's nothing too much that really compares, in my view. I just love it so much. Let's dive to the inside on the McLaren. Leave them a bit of space on the exit. They're still there. Still there. On your left. On your 6. I need to get into iRacing. I miss it quite a bit. Doing the endurance races. Speaking of endurance races, I do plan on doing a Bathurst 1000. Now this is the second time I've said it this week, but I will, as I'm recording this, hopefully do this tomorrow. Just it's a little bit difficult to spare 6 hours in a day, but it will be done hopefully. Albon is up next. What can we do up against him? Oh, that's the barrier, and that's Carlos Sainz. How you doing, fella? How close did we get to avoiding any kind of... Yeah, we only just clipped it, to be fair. It's only tight margins. It's really funny as well, because, like, whenever someone new to the channel starts watching, they say, oh, why aren't you racing in cockpit cam? You'd be rubbish if you drove in cockpit cam. Well, I'm driving. Yes, I did crash before, but I'm not hopeless.
This is your final lap of the race.
All it takes is a little bit of practice. The view that you drive in does not define driving skill whatsoever. It's just personal preference, really. And I really prefer to race in the T-Cam view. Oh, Albon really putting the squeeze on here into Mirabeau. Oh, it's tight margins here. We're going to see if we can go around the outside at the Lowe's hairpin. I've just proved that I can't have any kind of driving ability in this driving view. So just forget about what I said 30 seconds ago.
That was reckless. We're lucky not to have been penalised.
Yes, we are very lucky. We've got no front wing, so we're not faring too well in this Monaco Grand Prix on simulation damage. I've just spun again. And you know what? I feel like that's a fitting time to end. Let's move on to the next track as swiftly as we can, because I want to see what happens when we add rain into the mix.
Joining me on this very wet day is a man who's no stranger to driving in miserable conditions. Anthony Davidson, you've driven open cockpit, you've driven sports cars. How does the wet weather experience change between the different disciplines?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much difference in all honesty. You know, besides the terrifying closing speeds you find in sports cars with the different categories all sharing the same track, driving in the rain is, well, driving in the rain.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. What I'm going to do for this exercise is also turn up the graphics. Now, I don't normally have them... Well, I should have them high considering I've got a 2080 Ti. But I have some recording issues sometimes. And it's rather annoying. So, we're going to turn everything up to ultra high, whatever we can. Smoke shadows, whatever. Crowd, that's not going to affect our visibility. Basically, what I want to have is particles and raindrops being like super duper detailed for this race, because from what I've tested, F1 2019 in heavy rain is nigh on impossible to see where you're going, let alone racing in cockpit view, let alone having this monster of a thing covering up a good portion of your screen as well. So let's do this. Whoa, this thing's a bit of a tail-happy nightmare. This is going to be near impossible to see exactly where we're going. So we're going to have to play this pretty safe, I reckon. This is one of the first videos I actually did on F1 2019 in early testing. It was the Mercedes in heavy rain at Spain.
You have front wing damage, but only a few laps left. If you can live with it, stay out.
Swift flashback later, and we are back. Grosjean is having issues, as you would come to expect. But this is pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie, this is really, really cool. Like I said, download link will be in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. This is stuff that you dream of. This is like, I don't know, the next best thing to, if you can't get a VR headset, putting this on, if you can get some kind of, I don't know, eye tracking, or I'm sure there's mods that you can use to move your head that tilt towards the corner. You can introduce that as well if you really want to. But yeah, I'd love to try F1 2019 with VR. I really do hope that it becomes a staple of the F1 games in the future. F1 2020, I'm praying for that. At the moment, I'm actually kind of a little bit scared to go for a move here. Kind of can't really see where I'm going, so no wonder the real life drivers complain about visibility in these kind of conditions. I'm sure this is only about about a tenth of what they really experience behind the wheel in the cockpit. Two Williams battling. Can you guys sort it out, please, so I can get around you two? You're going that slow. I can't even do anything. Let's turn the engine up. Let's get past these idiots. And let's actually circulate at a decent pace. We finally cleared the Williams roadblock, and Romain Grosjean, who was spun on the first lap, has been able to catch up. That's how slow we were going. Alright, let's finally have a lap in anger. I'm sure you guys probably want to shut me up, so I will do so for a couple of corners. Lots of wheel spin I'm having to manage in this Mercedes. Let's go for a dive here on one of the Toro Rossos. Having to look towards the apex, not really actually focused on what Albon was doing beside me. So I was just trusting that he was going to stay in his lane. Thank you, Jeff. Let's see if we're more of a chance of getting some points in this Grand Prix. We did lollygag a lot on that first lap, so you'd have to say that the odds are against us. Only a 3-lap race in this one as well, so even less time to make up the difference. But I hope you guys are appreciating what this all looks like. It's so darn cool, and I really do feel for you guys who are on console, who are obviously not going to be able to do this, but I guess you guys can live vicariously through me and my wonderful world of modding. Oh, tasty bit of it. Overspear. Add that one to the dictionary. Oversteer. Really have to be so delicate with these cars. F1 2019 is a handling model. You really do need to really nurse these cars, and in the wet is doubly so as we slam into the side of Danny Kvyat for the P14. Giovinazzi is up next. For the record, the mod has helmets of every single different team, so you know, Williams, Ferrari, McLaren, etc., all with their own unique sponsors. I just chose Mercedes because why the hell not? I haven't driven the Mercedes in quite a while, it feels like, as we get another position there into the hairpin. Nice little back end loss there. P13. I'll tell you what, if we weren't just crawling around behind the Williams for the first lap, I reckon we might have been on for some points. Just no mean feat in the wet, considering I'm absolutely atrocious in these kind of conditions. But I feel like it's been a...
Vettel has just posted the fastest lap of the race so far.
Thank you, Jeff. It's been a nice recovery here as we cross the line. The checkered flag is out. I have no idea who's won because my visor was blocking
That's
it.
the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
But there we go. It is P13. Let's turn this bad boy off because we don't need it anymore.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Talk to me, Alex.
Marvellous.
Here come
Sebastian
our
won.
winners now.
So there we go. That has been...
Let's focus on the driver of the day.
Shut up, Crofty.
Anthony Davidson. Who
Shut
do you pick?
up. Let's just fast forward out of that and end off this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. I really do like doing these one-off style videos, whether it be mods, other games and stuff. So if you have any other things you want to see me try, it doesn't even have to be on this game. It can be any kind of racing game, to be honest. And I will give it a go. I've got some ideas and some stuff lined up. I just need to pull the trigger and execute them. So that sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Career mode will be back soon, by the way. I know there will be comments about that. But until then, I'll see you next time.